Check, check. Is this okay?
Okay, okay.
Good afternoon. I'm Shawnee Au, and this is One News Now. The Philippines posted its highest daily COVID case count in over a month as people gather for the holidays. To help us make sense of the data and the numbers, we have NTF Special Advisor Dr. Ted Herbosa joining us over the phone. Good afternoon, Dr. Ted. Is the recent case count already a cause for alarm as soon as now?
Good afternoon, Sean, and thank you for having me in One News. Yes, we're looking at numbers that have doubled since 7 days ago. No, we started with 100, which became 200, 300, and after 400, it jumped to 889 yesterday. So we have to be a little bit more cautious as this can increase into more cases in the next few days.
Right. I was monitoring tweets last night and I saw a tweet by Dr. Guido David of OCTA. They have given some pretty grim projections by next year or even in the last few days of 2021. He did say even that projections or that the case count yesterday and the numbers actually exceeded his projections. What now are we looking at as the cause for the spread or the rise in cases?
Well, as of now, we still consider it to be the mobility of people as we celebrated Christmas with low counts as early as 2 weeks ago. We allowed people to go to the malls, to hold parties, and move about, no? But now we're seeing the hit of that particular activities, those are particular activities, and we now see an uptrend in all our cases, and even the admissions in our hospitals are also increasing as the days go on. So we've announced already caution to the public as early as yesterday to actually remember the minimum public health standard, continue to wear our face mask and observe the social distancing, and of course the vaccinated only in eating places indoors.
Right. With regard to masking up and keeping ourselves safe now that this new variant is spreading all over the world, what do you recommend we do with our masking policy, Dr. Ted? Do you recommend double masking or upgrading to an N95 or equivalent masks?
Up to now, we still will not change particularly the mandates. The president actually recommended returning the face shield, but I think as long as the Omicron variant has not entered, I think our regular surgical and N95 mask should be working. We can double mask for additional protection, especially in high-risk areas or areas where the chances of getting infected are higher, like in crowded places and in places where there are lots of people that your status of vaccination is unknown. So I think we can do more measures by trying to not bring our young children out because they're unvaccinated. Although most of Metro Manila are already vaccinated, we still have a proportion, like the below 11 years old, that are still unvaccinated. And of course, the virus will look for the people who are unvaccinated and then spread them again to those who have been vaccinated.
Right. Well, it seems a lot of these cases actually, Dr. Ted, are in vaccinated people. Having said that, should we, worry a little less because these people who are infected as early as now are fully vaccinated, or what should be the protocol now? Because the previous surges, a lot of people were not yet vaccinated. The only difference now is that people are vaccinated in the face of this very highly transmissible Omicron variant. How should we, conduct ourselves in terms of managing our anxiety and our panic?
Well, that's a good thing, no? Having been fully vaccinated allows one to be protected from serious illness or even dying. So it does not protect you from getting infected. Being fully vaccinated will prevent you from getting serious illness or the risk of dying. So, as you know, Omicron has gone around the world with hitting even people who are fully vaccinated. And what we've done is we've decreased the months or the interval for the booster dose. So it used to be 6 months. Just last couple of weeks ago, we decreased that to 3 months only. So people who've had their second dose in September can actually get already the booster dose for additional protection. Because what we're finding out is that people with 3 doses fare better with the Omicron than just 2 doses. And for those who have 2 doses, I think the 2 doses are enough as of now, especially if it's less than 3 months, because it will still protect you from serious illness. So very important, if you're not vaccinated, you better get vaccinated. There are relatives who are high risk, convince them to already get vaccinated because that Omicron variant is really going to come here.
Right. Dr. Ted, will you be recommending for the NCR as well as other at-risk areas to shift back to alert level 3? I know we are at alert level 2 until tomorrow, December 31.
Well, the recommendation of the National Task Force is to keep it at alert level 2. Remember, this goes with localized lockdowns. So we are telling local government units or local chief executives to actually monitor the barangays or the houses that have a high number of cases. And true enough, Sean, we're seeing in the hospitals families, cohorts of families that are getting positive. So these are the family reunions that happen in Christmas or before Christmas that has led now to infections coming into the hospital. So we're seeing this. So we make sure that these homes or these houses and neighborhoods are maybe locked down, localized lockdown, so that the whole city and the whole metropolis doesn't have to lock down.
Right. Well, just like you said, tomorrow is New Year's Eve and families for sure will again be gathering to celebrate the end of the year and the new year ahead. What can we do? Because we cannot stop these gatherings from happening for sure. But what are some reminders that we can keep top of mind?
Now, my precautions to our televiewers here is that if you have symptoms, cough, cold, sore throat, fever, I suggest you do not join any of this New Year's Eve celebrations and just stay home and isolate and treat yourself. The other one is making sure that family gatherings, if they're big, that you let people who are fully vaccinated to attend it. Maybe the partially vaccinated or the unvaccinated can just join on a blended format, like via teleconference. And then if you're going to have a party, make sure the party has ample space. Holding it outdoors, if you're going to hold it indoors, make sure the windows and doors are open so that there is very good ventilation. And continue to wear the mask. I think if there are people from outside the household attending a party in your home, continue to use the mask, wash your hands, use alcohol, so that we can still follow the preventive measures of transmission.
Thank you so much for the advice and the insights and the time. Dr. Ted Herbosa, NTF Special Advisor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you and Happy New Year to you, Sean.
The OCTA Research Group says that a surge of up to 8,000 cases per day is possible by the first week of January. OCTA fellow Guido David told The Big Story that the projection is based on a substantial increase in positivity rate and number of cases in the past few days. Increased mobility during the holidays and the possible spread of the Omicron variant are seen as likely reasons for the uptick.
Our projections are based on certain assumptions. It's not yet clear if these assumptions will be met. So, I mean, this is just one possible scenario. The best case scenario is if the uptick will just, disappear. I mean, or the increase in cases will just disappear or plateau.
The Mines and Geosciences Bureau insists that lifting the ban on open pit mining will benefit the country. MGB Director Wilfredo Moncado told Business World Live that reopening of mines could generate 23 billion pesos in government revenue. He said it could also help generate economic activity in rural areas.
Of course, this is not an overnight success story because mining by its nature takes about 3, 4 years, 5 years before it can, from development, before it can proceed to commercial extraction. So it will not be these revenues and taxes and royalties cannot be generated overnight.
Moncano added that reviving mining operations could generate 23,000 to 40,000 jobs.
Direct and indirect employment will be added. Now, right now, the large-scale mining sector employment is about 230, 240,000. So an additional 30 to 40,000 will be added if this new open pit mines will start the development.
Meanwhile, the group Alianza Tigil Mina earlier opposed the move to restore open-pit mining activities, calling it a misplaced government priority. The group called out the government for enacting a flawed economic agenda and for framing mining as an essential tool for economic recovery. Concerned agencies are now looking into reports of one individual who allegedly skipped quarantine to attend a party in Poblacion, Makati. The tourism department says it is asking the management of the involved quarantine hotel to respond to the allegation within 3 days. The health department, for its part, says that it is also coordinating with other concerned offices to investigate and confirm the reports. The Limitless app masters took home the inaugural PBA 3x3 trophy and a 750,000 peso cash prize. Marty Bautista with the story.
Top-ranked teams went all out for the first ever PBA 3-on-3 Grand Finals at the Smart Araneta Coliseum yesterday. The Meralco Bolts and the TNT Tropang Giga sat atop the list with 420 total points. Next up, the Limitless App Masters took third seed as the Platinum Karaoke team came in at fourth. These teams automatically made it to the quarterfinals after the month-long preliminaries. Meanwhile, the rest of the teams battled it out for the last 4 slots in the playoffs by way of round robin. Some PBA stars even showed up to support the league in the grand finals.
I'm just a fan of 3-on-3 basketball. I played a 3-on-3 in SEA Games, so I really enjoy it. I enjoy the fundamentals of it.
The TNT Tropang Giga trumped the Terra Firma Jip 22-14 to take home the third place cash prize of 100,000 pesos. Sharpshooter Alman Vosotros also bagged the PBA 3-on-3 scoring plum trophy after scoring 293 points across the maiden tournament 7 legs.
Sa my wife ko, thank you. Sa daughter ko, sa anak ko, sa son ko. Uno Kayla, sa wife ko, sa mama ko, sa papa ko, sa mga kapatid ko, tsaka sa buong family ko ng Vosotros. Thank you kasi grabe yung support nila sa akin.
For the grand finals, the Limitless App Masters showed everyone who's boss. They took home the 18-16 win along with the 750,000 peso cash prize.
Some play for the Lord, some play for their family, some play for the fans. And, as long as we play together and play for each other, I think that's all that matters.
The team said the energy of the crowd really pumped them up. This is the first time that fans of the 3-on-3 tournament were able to watch the games live.
So, mas masaya kasi maglaro talaga pag may mga fans eh. So, mas feel na feel mo, then mas mataas yung energy namin. Sana magtuloy-tuloy itong 3x3 at makapanood na rin lahat ng mga fans ng PBA.
But for those who are still not able to catch the games live in the Big Dome, Commissioner Willie Marshall has some great news for you.
Magsisimula tayo itong January, madadagdagan ng mga teams, hahaba ang conference natin, at yun pa rin, 6 legs pa rin tayo.
For News 5, Marty Bautista, We Are One News.
Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. President Duterte has approved the 5 trillion peso budget for 2022, the last General Appropriations Act under his administration. Duterte also signed into law a measure establishing the Department of Migrant Workers, tasked primarily to promote the welfare of OFWs. The World Health Organization warns of a, quote, tsunami of cases brought about by the simultaneous circulation of the Delta and Omicron COVID variants. Because of this, the organization is reminding countries to share the supply of COVID-19 vaccines more equitably. President Duterte honors Filipino frontliners this Rizal Day, calling them modern-day heroes. Duterte says healthcare workers continue to manifest heroism by fighting against all odds to save lives amid the pandemic. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News Live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.